Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So, it is entirely too goddamn warm outside. So if I go ahead and play a little bit of Steel Division here, just go ahead and try out the first Lovas deck. So this is the Hungarian division that I so much adore. I just really quite like it. It just seems entirely functional, and I really do like a defensive deck. So we'll go over what we have here then. So of course we do have the scout troops over here, of course our reconnaissance, our eyes and ears. Now they do come in with some decent availability in the A phase. They move out on the BMW 750, so you actually get a nice and stealthy unit. Now I was torn between the 39 Kaspar and maybe one of the Toldies. We have the Toldie 1 and we have the Toldie 2A. Now the Toldies are quite nice. The only issue is though with the actual Toldie 1 is you only have the AP shells, which yeah, it's not going to be able to engage with infantry really, so it's only so good. Of course it does still have the MG, but it's nice to have the option for HE. So we have the Toldie 2. Now notice you have a 20mm gun here, you have a 40mm gun here, and it's a difference of, yeah, it's more than double the price there. You do have 10mm of extra frontal plate there. Same on the sides and the rear there. But you do gain a tank gun value superior. Of course, you do gain the HE rounds here as well, which is quite nice. Okay. But the issue is the fact of the speed. The optics are good, don't get me wrong, but the stealth and the speed isn't so great. And don't get me wrong, the stealth on this thing isn't great either. But you do have that superior speed there. It's not a massive difference, but it does mean it can actually keep up. It does, of course, have the 39M, but of course the thing is, I don't know, I'm a little bit torn as to whether I do like the armoured car. I think it is nice, I think it is very useful. It's only got 10mm of frontal plate, so maybe it could be worth it. I suppose the question comes down to, what do I really want here? Do I want speed? There's not a terribly large difference, but there is a difference here. It's a difference of about 10 kilometers per hour, really. I suppose at the end of the day, in the 8th phase, you want to get that reconnaissance out there. And these things, yeah, they serve a purpose, and their purpose is to be the eyes and ears of the division after all. So we'll stick with them. And then obviously in the B phase, we have the Lovas over here. Now these guys are just fantastic. I really do like these rifles. I like the range that they have. I like the rate of fire. We do have the MG over here. We do have the SMG as well for when it does get a little bit closer. But at the end of the day, it's a very good very good stealth, very high optics, and it's 12 men in a unit. Really quite good. The Hungarians do definitely benefit from having more men in these squads, which is awesome. And we bring them in at B and at Elite, which is nice. Moving on into the infantry. Now, these guys are rather intriguing, the Carracks. I'm not going to try to pronounce the names because I'll get it wrong. But these guys aren't bad. They're basically there for the hold-in. Now, we do have quite a few leaders here in the A phase, and the leaders are very, very good. The reason is I have decided to go ahead and bring a commander over here. Our Hussar commander over here is going to be supremely effective. Now, I may drop a unit of these leaders, but the reason why we have some of these guys is for the actual anti-tank capabilities, which is very nice. You can see that not all of them actually have that. We do have the smoke grenades, which, don't get me wrong, is still handy. But these guys, they have a specific purpose. Then the fact is, they do come in here with 6 dudes, they have an MG, they have the rifles, of course the bazooka, and 2 SMGs, so they're not too bad. What's up there, battling geezer? Yeah, I'd like to play a game against him. The only issue with THG is trying to find him when he's got the time. Oh well. Okay, so as we can see here, I'm just so warm at the moment, so do forgive me if I'm a little bit out of breath. Now, I do love these Hussars. These guys are superb. Now, you take a look at this. We do have the 3 MGs over here. Their range is actually pretty respectable there at 750. Very nice. Of course, you have 3 of these guys. Amazing. Pretty good rate of fire as well, 771 rounds per minute, which is really quite nice. I don't know as to whether that's due to, let's see, do I have a single LMG to compare this to? Yeah, okay, so it looks as if that each MG is about 250 rounds per minute. But still, that's not bad. That's really not bad. The thing is you have 3 of them, so that is really quite nice. Good suppression there. You can see our LMGs over here. Where's the 3rd one? 1, 2... I tell you what, I'm not even seeing the 3rd. Oh, there's the 3rd one. That's cool. Hello there, G-Man. How you doing there? Okay. So yeah, these are really intended to go in with the actual main infantry body. This leader unit is intended to go in more so in a supporting role, and obviously it is intended to do with like the armor elements in the towns, ideally. I'm not too bad, I'm just entirely too goddamn warm. Now, I do have a lot of Lovas over here. The Lovas are really... You know, I wasn't entirely, like, over-eager for them at first. But yeah, I tell you what, they've really grown on me. You get 13 men in here. Of course, you have 12 rifles and SMG. Now, these rifles are only 500 meters of range. Their rate of fire is only 327. But the thing is, you actually have 13 of these dudes. It's pretty good, actually. 12 of them with the rifles. We do have the SMG over here. But of course, the main reason for taking these guys is the Panzerfaust 60. Now, it's only 120 meters of range, but that still is going to pack a mean old punch here. These guys are really intended to actually hold the front line, to hold these towns. We have the AT guns to do the long-range killing. These guys are here to hold, and to really push into the future. The Hussars are superb in the fact that they are... Yeah, the Hussars are really more so the assault infantry, the infantry that are going to be defending in the main. I suppose these are more the offensive-minded troops. These are the guys that go into the towns and take the towns and hold the towns. And the Lovas are the guys who move into the towns to make sure that we can actually cover the ground and be able to deal with armoured threats. Indeed, a heat wave it definitely bloody is. And of course we do have the Hussars over here. These are our leaders. Now 6 men in here. 2 lovely, lovely rifles there. 500 meters of range, 2 MP40s over here, and then we do have 2 Hungarian SMGs. I quite like the Hungarian SMG. It does have a much higher accuracy than the MP40. Rate of fire is a little bit lower, but you can see here the suppression is greater. You can see the blast is about the same, but I do like this. I think the accuracy does make a big old difference. Okay, then moving on into our final slots here, we do have the Hussars once again, but we have them coming in C phase at Veteran. So at the end of the day, you get 12 of these bad boys. We have 8 of them in the first phase of A, and then later on, obviously, we do gain 12. We have the Lovas make up the numbers out at 18. After all, we do need infantry. Now, I have been taking a look at the tank phase, and I don't know. I'm still not entirely sold on the tank phase as such, on the tank section of the Hungarian deck as such. But I have opted for the 40M Turret 1 at the moment. I'm bringing these guys in at Veteran. The real reason for these guys is they're not they're not really intended to go up against armor. I have the AT guns to do that. These guys are going to be worked into the actual towns as such, and I'm going to use these guys to actually support our infantry. Then to be able to take out light armored vehicles. They do have a decent amount of frontal plate, about 50mm, which is nice. Now, you might wonder, okay, so why am I taking the Turan 1 over the Turan 2? The Turan 2 does have a larger gun, of course it does. And it is the same points cost. But the reason why I have taken the Turan 1 over the Turan 2 is, so you take a look at this. Granted, it's only 40mm gun, but as you can see, we have 65mm of penetration with the AP rounds. Now, if we take a look at the actual Turan 2, it's a larger gun than ever, 75mm. It does have a high explosive anti-tank shells, which have 75mm of penetration. So comparing that to the Turan 1, that's 10mm extra. However, you only have 6 of these. Granted, they're good. They are good. But you look at the actual 75mm AP shells, and it's only 55mm of penetration. The high explosive shell is better, but the thing is, I'd rather have more of a reliable weapon. We have 50 of these AP shells, we have 25 of these 40mm HE shells, but you have more reliable penetration with the actual AP shell. So that's kind of why I've gone for that one, really. I think I wanted to go with more reliability. We don't really gain anything too terribly much. I mean, it's still got the same frontal armor there, 50mm, 25, 25, 25, 25. Still got the same MGs over here, yep. So I think the Turan 1 is probably the better option. Kind of, it's situational, depends really. But I think it's going to work well for me. I mean, we do have a Toldy 2 here. Now, the Toldy 2 does only have the AP shells. If this thing came with high explosive shells, I would love to have this thing. It'd be really good for infantry pushes, as it's a leader as well. And obviously having a 20mm, well, high explosive autocannon would be nice, but unfortunately it doesn't. And it has a pretty decent speed as well, but So I've gone for 2 of these at Veteran, so 12 Turan 1s in total, just to give us some armor there. They'd be, I don't know, they might be able to deal with some enemy tanks and that. Maybe T-34's obviously in the flank, but even then, probably not. It'd have to be a lucky shot. Okay. So I've gone for the Hussar Commander over here. Now I'm looking forward to using the Commanders. See, I'm not a fan of these Commanders in the Armoured Car or the T-38. Granted, the T-38 is actually probably the best tank I have. But yeah, I don't like them in armoured vehicles, mostly because they can't hide. They do a hell of a lot better and they survive a hell of a lot longer if you can actually hide them and get them in buildings, in my opinion. It should be nice to have them in armour, but I don't think they'd last very long. Plus, they come in C phase, B phase, and this is A phase. So I'd actually be able to make use of this from the start. And now, as you can see, I do have supply trucks. We did find out that supply trucks are really rather required, aren't they? Now, this is where we shine here, and that is in the AT tab. Now you take a look at this, we do have the 40mm 40mm AT guns. These guys are amazing. They have 4 high explosive anti-tank shells here. Granted, they only have 800 meters range, but these guys are pretty stealthy. Stealth is good, optics is good. These guys are really intended to hide. They're more like an ambush gun. So what I've been doing with these guys is telling them to go for the efficient shot, really. Allow the enemy to close that range and then take the shot. But they do have the 40mm AP shells over here with 65mm of penetration, which is enough to take out light armored vehicles and trucks and stuff like that at decent range there, 2,000 meters. These guys are coming in elite, so they're going to be quite deadly. We also have the 40mm HE shell, only 12 of those bad boys. Really, it's just, yeah, I'd rather have more AP shells to be fair, but they do come in handy. Good for suppressing enemy infantry at the end of the day. But it's really in the high explosive anti-tank shells where they shine. So there, Grim, how you doing there, my friend? Okay. So I have 8 of these in total at elite. Now, I do have a 75mm gun. This is the gun that does have the more reliable killing power. So as you can see, we do have 2 APCR shells over here. They have 190mm penetration, so a hell of a lot of penetration there. It is a shame that we only carry 2 of them. But as you can see, the AP shells has 145mm of penetration, and we do have the high explosive shells, which, again, I'd rather have more AP shells, but they still come in handy. So we have 3 of these in B phase at Veteran, and we have another 3 there in Veteran as well. So we'll have 6 guns, 8 guns, and then, of course, we do have a Jagdpanzer, the Mighty Hetzer. Now, I might bring these guys in at, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. It is hard to say. Their stealth is bad. They don't benefit from any shells that are better or superior than the AP shells. So there's a part of me that thinks, well, maybe I'd be better off bringing another 40M. But it is nice to actually have some armor in this. I mean, this is technically our best tank in the actual deck. So it's hard to argue with that one. We also do benefit from having the MG42, so 750 meters of range, 428 rounds per minute. Really quite effective MG there. They're not too slow, really. It's just a stealth. I may toy with this. I think what I might do here then is... Ooh. I'm going to keep them at Veteran. I think I can use them at Veteran. Another change I've made is I'm going to bring the Nimrods in here at B, but I'm going to bring them in at regular experience. So I actually benefit from having 4 of them. These guys are amazing. You get that 40mm high explosive anti-tank shell. Like, see, I'd love to have these shells on everything else. That'd be great. So we have 200mm of penetration there. Indeed, no German bazooka. The Panzerschreck is great. I think it was only just recently added in a hotfix, actually, or some sort of update. It is good. I might take it in the future. It's just one of these of, I don't know. I suppose I'll have to toy with it, really. It does have 200 meters of penetration, sorry, millimeters of penetration, not meters of penetration. My god, we're not attacking starships. It does have 250 meters of range. It has really good accuracy. I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty good. The only issue is it's a 2-man squad. So it can be taken out. That, and if we're actually using this in a city fighting situation, it is going to be a difficult situation where this investment could be taken out. And we could actually have quite a few of them. In A phase, I could have quite a few, like 4 of them. In B phase, I could have 6 of them at Veteran. You know what I mean? I can actually get them with decent availability. It's just one of these things of, I'd rather be using these AT guns that have the much greater range. At least then they're not going to be within range of infantry. Okay. Now, I have opted to go ahead and take... So we have the Nimrods over here. These guys are our medium AA guns, basically. The self-propelled AA, so the SPAA. Now, there's a 40mm shell, which is actually very good. We do have plenty of those available there, 400 per vehicle. Obviously, going to have them rearmed. But I've opted to actually take the 28/39M 80mm dual-purpose gun. Now, this bad boy is really... I mean, we take a look over here. 2,500 meters of range there for the air. And as we can see, we have the high explosive shells, which we have quite a lot of those, actually. Surprisingly large amounts. But it's the AP shells I do like. Granted, they're only 125 millimeters of penetration, but again, it's 55% accuracy. It's pretty damaging. Should it actually go through, it's pretty damaging. And yeah, 12 rounds per minute, it's not bad, really. Okay. Looking pretty good there. Moving on into the artillery. Changes a little bit. I've gone and taken... now, these guys, I think, were reduced in price, actually, which is really quite nice. They're now 80 points over here. So I've gone for the 37M Göring 105mm howitzer. Now we have 3 of these at trained. Well, veteran. I'm going to say veteran. Yeah, I think this is trained, veteran, elite. There we go. Yeah, so I brought 3 of these guys in. These guys are really here just to lay down some sort of suppression? It's always had that, actually. It's always had that. After that, Roach, how you doing there, my buddy? Yep, and then as well, I've gone for the 149mm howitzer over here. And this thing's pretty decent. I mean, as you can see here, it doesn't have that much more suppression than, or blast, or whatever you want to call it. Suppression's 390, 309. Blast is pretty good, though, I suppose. Yeah, pretty much. And does the AT guns also carry high explosive anti-infantry, and if you do score a hit with no penetration, does it suppress the crew? The AT guns do carry high explosive shells as well, so they all have high explosive, which, I mean, I'd rather have more AP shells sometimes, but I suppose it does come in handy. The Nimrod has high explosive shells as well. The 80mm gun has high explosive shells as well, actually. So it's not too bad. It can be used against the infantry as well. And these guys are really here for suppressing the enemy and really just laying down suppressive fire into towns and dealing with this sort of enemy pushers. Now, the air tab is really where this deck shines. I mean, I really do like the Hungarian decks of the air. It's like it's just entirely German. Entirely goddamn German. So I've got 2 of these Junker 88D1s at elite over here. We do have our Junker 8075. Now, this guy is carrying a heavy payload there. It's not too bad, they're 500kg bomb, and we have 4 of these 50kg bombs. So, yeah, it's an extra 200kg of bombs, though, which isn't too bad. Biplanes, use them, indeed. Now, this guy is superb. Though I am tempted to maybe take him at a lower veterancy, so I actually do have a second one available. They are quite the lifesaver. Of course, the veterancy does enable them to survive. It's a hard decision, really. I'm going to stick with it at elite and we'll see how we go on. Now we do have a Focke-Wulf 190 F8. These guys are fantastic, though a little fragile. You've got to use them quite smartly, really. So we have 2 of those, and of course we have a Focke-Wulf 190 F8. Now I'm going to go ahead and reduce this down to veteran for the F8. The reason being, of course, I can actually use this as a fighter as well. It is indeed a fighter bomb. It only carries about 8 50kg bombs, but they're good for suppression. They're not going to do a huge amount of anything, really, but they're good against infantry, they're good against trucks, and they're good for that suppression. Of course, we can always keep them on station to act as our fighter. Okay, there we go. And of course, we do have barbed wire, gun pits, and trenches. Of course, you have to play into the actual defensive mode to actually get any use of out of those. I'm telling you, it's too hard. It's making me all, like, wappy. So we'll go ahead and give us a go in the multiplayer. Alright. I think we're good. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, we're going to go ahead and host a game. I'm going to go ahead and host a public game over here, then. Okay, so of course I'm going to be playing as the Axis over here, so east and front, of course. Now, I do like the map, Orsha. Oh, how you doing there, Harbinger? You've been waiting for this, haven't you, Harbinger? Good to have you again. Sure, Roach, we can have a game next. Okay, so we'll go with Orsha. I'm going to go with Orsha North. But then again, Orsha East isn't too bad, actually. We'll go with North. Okay. Vengeance, indeed. Oh, dear. Right, I'm going to have a drink of water. It is entirely too goddamn hot here. Okay. Round 2 electric boogaloo against our friend Harbinger here. So we'll go as per usual then, deploying our reconnaissance then. Of course it is very nice. Yeah, Eugen doesn't have air conditioning. I wish it did. Really wish it did. I mean, I can handle armored decks to a point. There does come a point of which it does become almost entirely too much. But it does take some time to actually get to that point there. Now, let's see. The Casbah, or Sasba armored cars are pretty handy. The issue with this area here is it's nice, but I might be better off looking actually some armor here. Like, the actual Taurans could actually do quite well there. So I'm going to bring a Tauran. And what I'm going to do here then. See, the thing is, I'd rather have a AT gun here. We are going to bring AT guns. It's going to be a question as to where to use them. So I think what I'm going to do here then is bring a Tauran over here in the center. I'm going to bring a Tauran over this side as well. Now I'm going to bring the AT guns. These guys are the lifeblood of this deck. Without these guys, we really do fail. So let's take a look. What I'm going to do beforehand is grab our Junkers 88, and I'm going to grab a... Yeah, it's like... Oh God, it's been like 30 degrees today. It's just... It's too much for me. I went outside and started reading a book, and like... Oh God, after about 10 minutes, I'm like, no, this is too warm, can't handle it, I'm going to die. Okay. Now, the Focke-Wulf 190 F8 is 140 points, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up 2 of these Focke-Wulf 190 F8s for the time being. I know they're named the same, but I'm going to go with the fighter variant. Okay, so that leaves us a couple points here to actually use for our infantry. So we do have these guys over here, the rifle squads, but I'm going to be going for 2 units of Hussars. The Hussars are awesome units. What I'm going to do though is deploy 1 unit of Hussars here in the center. I'm going to grab a unit of Hussars over here. Now, what I might have to do then is actually remove the Tauran over here. So I'm going to take that Tauran away. Now, Hussars are quite expensive, aren't they? So what I could do here then, so we do have a Hussar over here. What I'll opt to do then is, let's see. See, I don't usually have armor, do I? We will receive points pretty quickly, so that's not too bad. I do have a little advantage over my opponent here. Of course, we do have our air power to equal things out. And so it's a very good thing. I suppose I could actually... I'm going to go for another Hussar over here. The reason being, we are going to be facing stiff resistance over this side. What I'm going to be doing then is looking to actually secure this high ground here. Artillery would be nice. I don't always take another start though, just because sometimes it's a little bit... it just doesn't come into the right usage, really. Okay, so what I'm looking for here then is a point at which I can actually shoot down the road, which is easier said than done. The issue is, it's like if I have the gun placed up here, it can be spotted from this area here. So it's a difficult one trying to figure out where to place a gun. I mean, you're obviously looking to have it placed around about this point here. That's really the best you're gonna get, perhaps. Yeah, counter battery is definitely important. I mean, I could perhaps have it deployed. Yeah, that's probably the best position I'm going to get about up here, actually. So we'll go ahead and secure that. Okay. So we'll take these Hussars and have them sent in over here. I'm going to take this other unit of Hussars and have them sent in over here, actually. Okay. Jeez. 40, my god. That is very, very hot. Yeah, this unit over here, the Tauran, is going to do a lot of work for us here. I'm going to have him deployed about there. Okay, just check that they all have their deployment. I don't think our motorcycle is deployed as of yet. Okay. Not terribly great vision from here. I could have you deployed there. I'll have you deployed there. Okay, so that's all of them actually given orders. Now, of course, we do have our AT gun. Let's see. I'm going to be looking to deploy about that position there. Add you in this position here. We do have to watch out for this position though. Of course, we are going to have to bring in some infantry and use our air power to cover that area. It is a dangerous position. It can be taken. Oh god, you know, I tried it with the NATO counters and it was significantly harder. I suppose it's just you get sort of used to seeing the icons as they are, and then when you switch it becomes, yeah, it's a difficult situation. Okay. Not a lot of line of sight there. That's not a terrible position, but obviously I'm going to need to look at additional infantry in this area. I'll go ahead and have him deployed there to begin with. Yeah, I know, it would be amazing to actually have that sort of thing in combat mission. It really would be really lovely. Okay. It's a really nice tool. It's very effective. I mean, what I'm looking for is a position here to actually shoot up the roads. But in all honesty, what I'd be looking towards is covering the area in general. So I'll have that gun deployed there. The reason being, my units in the town can hide for the most part. The AT gun can ambush then, which is quite nice. Okay, have our reconnaissance deployed then. I'm going to have him moved up to this position here, so we get a decent spot of what comes. So there we go, we have that deployed. Okay. I really need to try and move it to this position here. Obviously that is significantly easier said than done. Right, so move her. Unload that position and then move on. I hope you like your T-34 dinner. I wonder what that's going to mean. No, I wish I was that good there, mech. I really do. Okay, what I can do here then is actually deploy this gun a little bit easier. About that. I have got to protect him. But we'll have to see, really. Ideally I want to be in a position, but then again it might be better to be in a position here when I'm actually in cover. Oh, he's gloating. There we go, we'll have to show him what the Hungarians can do. Huzzah. Okay. Turnaround's going to be good. Looking forward to using him. Have him pushed up to this position. Well, in fact, I'll have him move to this position here to support against infantry. Okay, this Hussar. Going to be looking to secure that position there. And this Hussar is going to be looking towards, I'm going to say, about this position if I can handle it. Okay. And let's go. There we go. Indeed, goulash would be quite nice, actually. Have that one go that way. Right, there we go. I can imagine it's going to be putting in some sort of AA. Perhaps. Yep, there it is. Yeah, there's the AA. Okay, Veteran's moving up here. Okay, reconnaissance is moving up quite nicely. It looks like it's pushing quite hard here. There we go, trying to distract the AA. Okay, I'm going to unload the gun here. Okay, we are taking some damage here from the AA. Gonna head over this way, trying to attack that gun. Okay, I do have some points available here, so I'm gonna make use of them. Okay, so you can see that he's got that. Okay, got our gun set up. Okay. See if I've got a fighter here, a Yak 9. Okay, get the infantry out. Good thing the Turan is here. Get the Turan to position. Okay, bring a Turan 1 over here. Did I lose an infantry squad? Or did I only bring the 1 up? I think I brought a second one up, but it must have been destroyed. Okay. If you could get into that building, that'd be nice, please. Okay. Fucker Wolf coming in. Sorry, another Stuka coming in. Okay, what we're going to do here then is move up our infantry. That gun's going to move into that position there. As you can see, he's moving back over this way. Okay, yep, that needs to be destroyed there. Bring our units down that way. Okay, looks like he's bringing up an AT gun here, so I'm going to have this unit retreat. Move them up. Yep, get the hell out. I'm going to bring my second fighter here to attempt to intercept him. Okay, yep, okay. Retreat. Put some shots down here. Get the infantry in position. Good job, Vitoran does take that out there. The tracks are broken, but at least it still is solid on the ground. Okay, another Yak 9. Don't have access to the Nimrod yet. Unload you so you don't get taken out. Okay, doing really great there. Weapons are Jambo. So I'm going to have you evac. Okay, he's pushing me over here. Can't allow that, but we should be okay. Right, I can see snipers over there. Okay. Gonna bring a V Fokker Wolf. Okay, engage them. Fokker Wolf's coming in here. Move it the Turan. Have it reverse back over here actually. Okay, they're leaving the battlefield. Oh god, that's taken a lot of pounding there. Thankfully I do have my fighter on station, bring that in, trying to save my other Fokker Wolf. Okay, gonna bring some additional infantry into the area. Right, bad Yak 9's leaving the area, trying to shoot it down. See the Turan's actually engaging here quite nicely. Okay, what I'm going to be looking to do in here then is actually bring some additional infantry over this way too. Try and hide it up there. Okay, pull you back so you're not actually overwhelmed. Okay, efficient shot if you'd like. Additional infantry moving in. Gonna bring up another AT gun over this way. Yeah, it's nice to actually see the borders, isn't it? Well, to see what you actually have control of is really cool. Right, I did lose my Turan over here, so what I'm gonna do is actually bring up a second Turan. I'm gonna bring up a AT gun, considering the fact that I don't have one over here as well. Okay, we're gonna begin to push up on this area now. Right, we can see that gun has jammed on that T-34 there. Okay, so I do have my Junkers 87 available. I'm going to keep that on standby, actually. Bring in the Fokker Wolf. I'm going to bring in another reconnaissance aircraft over here, so bring it over this way. There we go. We know he has some aircraft over here. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot there. Yeah, there's a lot of AA trucks. So still in the A phase here. So I still don't quite have access to my arsenal, but I do have a cluster munitions over here available now. Okay, I'm going to bring in my... Oh, God, no, that's not a good result there, so I do lose my fighter. That's not good, yeah, that Yak 9 is quite deadly there. So we are looking towards actually having... that assets available. Okay, push up to that position there. What I'm going to do here then is... I'm going to grab my Junkers and bring it in over here. Okay, I'm going to push back on this position here. There's 2 Hungarian divisions actually in the game at the moment. Okay, unload over here. You push up that way. There we go. Have the Turan actually engage as well. Now, I do have a Focke-Wulf 190 F8, the actual fighter bomber variant, so at least I do have that. Bring up this Sturmgurkan over here. There we go, that takes that out. There we go. Bring that Turan over here. Okay. So I'm looking forward to when I actually get my Lovas. I'm going to move up a leader over this way, actually. One over here, too. Okay, that unit has surrendered. Right, reconnaissance there. We do see a T-34 over there. We see a lot of T-34s, actually. Going to bring in our cluster bomber. Ah, goddamn them. Right, try moving to the forest. Cluster munitions are coming in. Right, get into the trees there. Okay, that's not good. See, this is the issue here. Yeah, that's really fucking hurt me. Okay, that hurt. Right, evac. Yeah, the Yaks are pretty tough, actually. Okay, I do have a 75mm gun available. Bring back Yak Panzer. Okay, now I do have access to Nimrods. That does make a big difference. So bring a Nimrod up over this way. So he thinks. Yeah, right, there we go. Nimrod is firing on that aircraft. We do shoot it down there, thankfully. See, moving them through the actual woods? I didn't think you could even do that. Okay. Right, Lovas needs to be moved up over this way. Right, unload them over there. God damn it, losing infantry over here. Okay, keep moving over Nimrod. Okay, tell them to unload over there. Okay, AA there. Yeah, see, it's hard to deal with this much, but we will be able to deal with it. There we go. When they're distracted, we'll bring in the actual Hetzer here. So gonna bring another Nimrod over this way. Right, you staying here. Right, I want the Hetzer to engage as soon as it is available to do so. I do have a Fokker Wolf. I'm gonna bring the Fokker Wolf in over here. Right, bring in the Lovas. Gonna have this Fokker Wolf deal with that. There's a lot of tanks there. Okay, move these men up over this way. Okay, we are driving him back here. We've got to keep our cool. Bring reconnaissance. Okay. Move the Lovas through here. Our gun's got a slight on there. Yep, we do take out the tank. Very good, very good. See trucks over there. Additional infantry moving up. Okay, so you can see there's got infantry in this area here. What I'm going to do then is actually unload these units and move them through here. Okay. I'm going to bring in additional reconnaissance here, actually. Right, Nimrod's opening fire. Okay, what I'm going to do here then is move these Lovas up over this way. Have that Hetzer brought down this way. I'm going to bring a 75 gun in here to spot this area. There's a lot of infantry moving into this area here. Okay. Bring additional Lovas. Right, that aircraft has been shot down there. This unit's pinned here. Gonna bring them back. Okay, move the Lovas. Right, as you can see, he's trying to flank. Unload that gun. The good news is the Nimrod can be brought here to deal with enemy infantry as well. Okay, looking for that efficient shot there. Ammo explosion is what we want. Okay, move up our infantry here. Okay, so I do have some hussars over here. That's good to know about. Right, I can see a lot of enemy infantry, well, a lot of enemy tanks moving in there. So we're going to bring in our Stuka. Right, deploy you. Right, bring in the Fokker Wolves over this way. Okay, there we go. That tank was just taken out there too. Bringing our reconnaissance. Okay, have them brought up over to this position here. It's definitely not good that we lost a vehicle. Right, I can see that we are causing them to fall back here. We do get some tank support, but it's nothing exactly spectacular. Okay, bring us reconnaissance here. Right, I can see both Nimrods are opening fire here. I'll ideally try and take out his vehicle through his aircraft. Bringing another Nimrod around here. Get that Lovas unloaded. Okay, begin to move up the Lovas here to deal with that gun. Right, have these guys move up. Begin pushing on that area. Okay, push up to this area. Damn, that truck was taken out there. Right, push forward the Nimrods. Okay, I can see more vehicles moving up there. Have you reversed backwards? Unload you. Okay, so I've got Lovas there in really to surprise him. Right, the guns have been jammed. Okay, so I do have more points available here. Look to bring in a commander over this way. Okay, that squad has surrendered there, unfortunately. Bring in some more Lovas. Almost within range. Let's try and push him here, try and get in range. He's moving pretty damn fast, that's just we'll get back inside here. Lovas moving up. Move on Nimrod. Move you back over here. There's a lot of enemy infantry over this way. Move your 75 over this way. Need to move up some more guns this way. Right, pull you back. Move up the Lovas. Right, there we go. We actually do take out one of your vehicles. Christ, gonna move my leader back here. God damn it. Sometimes it's hard to micro. He does have the SMGs, which are tough to deal with. Though the enemy unit was destroyed, which is good. Okay, move up there. Don't quite have line of sight there. Right, move up there until I do. Right, I'm gonna hunt, well, I'm gonna surprise this vehicle here from the side. Okay, unload you. Yep, just in time there. Get into the actual houses. Get you back in cover. Jesus, can we actually hit this thing? Right, get in range. Right, now I actually have Hussars available. Hussars are superb. Damn, did I lose that vehicle? That's my commander there, actually. Yeah, he's not in a great position there. Try and flank him. We are holding our own. I'm not gonna lie, it is difficult, and I do apologize if I'm not reading the chat as much as I'd like to. Okay, bringing our reconnaissance. We are dealing with him. It is taking a toll, but it can be done. Right, bring back over the Nimrod. Gonna bring in another large gun over this way. Okay, so there's a Nimrod here, there's a Nimrod here. Try and bring him over our actual AA. Another 2 Nimrods over this way too. Yep, that is shot down. Okay, fighter bomber coming in here, dropping our payload down on the ground. Something's over here. There we go. Load the hussars. Begin pushing up this way. Really want to ambush him on this road here. Okay, move that reconnaissance up over this way. There we go, now we've got a leader. Right, pull back here. Bring in the Fokker Wolf. Right, there we go. Could see the Nimrod doing a good job. Okay. Gonna look to push up here. I should really wait for a leader to arrive, actually. So I'm gonna bring in a hussar. Right, there we go. I'm not the best, I'm not gonna lie. Right, have those units brought back. Right, we are taking them out, which is good news. Bringing our Fokker Wolf over this way. Okay. Auto freaking magic, basically. Yeah, this is it. He's got a lot of SMGs, which is really difficult to deal with. We are shooting down his air force, though, which is good. Yeah, falling back there. See, this is when it would have been fantastic to have had some MGs. Yeah, there's a lot of Yak 9s. Looks like he's got something over here. I really can't win a fight in the woods over here, which is unfortunate. Yeah, we'll get some munitions trucks out, you are right. There we go, shot down another one. Okay. No, I don't know about that. I think I'm pretty, like, mediocre at this. Like, I can't win him here, which is difficult to deal with. God damn it. How has he even got in here? Yeah, it's gonna take him out Nimrod. Son of a bitch. I don't even know how he got past me here. That's irritating as hell. Okay, bring up some big guns. He's gonna be happy about that one. Yeah, it looks like he snuck around here. I mean, we don't fight well in the actual woods over here, that's the issue. Right, hold position so we can actually see the enemy. Gonna take that objective. Yeah, he's got snipers over there, which is pretty good dudes. See, I don't even know how I lose these goddamn units. I think it's due to the fact that there's just so much, like, SMGs. We're not doing well here. We're fighting though, so at least we have that going for this. Okay, we can see those pushing this area. It's just the fact that I really can't deal with these SMGs in the woods. They're excellent at that sort of task. It is interesting to see how he's changing tactics and actually going with... how the fuck have they got past me here? That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous that they were able to get by me there. Like, I get stealth, but my god. Okay, pull back, yeah. Yeah, I fucking hate this. I'm getting salty. I just can't believe how effective he is able to take these guys out. That is incredible. Yeah, he has a lot of availability. Oh my guns, I forgot about them. That's 9 tanks, my god. Shame I don't have any cluster munitions. I can deal with spam. Oh my god, there's a lot of spam. But the thing is, you can just blow it. See, now a lot of them are going to be falling back. I've lost my AT guns over here behind the one. I think the issue is that I can't push into the actual woods here, and that is really difficult to deal with. Driver's been knocked out, goddamn. I mean, we're able to fight, it's just extremely difficult because we just don't really have... I can't push into these tree lines. I get absolutely devastated by the SMGs. Right, there we go. At least I can use the actual SPA. Right, we took out that, which is nice. Move in there, try and deal with him. Yeah, see, these rifles are okay, but my god, I just can't fight against 10 PPSHs. It's bloody difficult. Damn, we seem to lose sight of him. I don't understand that one. There we go, try and kill them before they can get up. Bring that Nimrod over here, see if we can actually engage with the enemy. Oh, here he comes. Right, what we're gonna do here is smoke up the position. God damn. Yeah, driver's killed. Okay. Yeah, there's not much I can do against that. I probably should have been spending more of my points here, actually, so I've got a shite load of hussars. Oh, I thought I did. I'm not too keen on these guys in the first phase, actually. I mean, they're okay, but I just don't think they're strong enough. Just not been able to use my air power. But my god, that's a lot of vehicles. We can still fight. So the best thing I can do here then is actually smoke up. Yeah, there we go, that gun took that out. I don't know why that's out of position. Okay, hold position there. March of the Touran Brigade. Okay, put a smoke shot down here. Push on him with the Lovas. Come on. Smoke them up. Yeah, but we lose. That was good. That was a good fight, man. I think the issue is perhaps more availability, but I don't think the forest worked well for us. I think it's definitely the forest where I just kept losing infantry, really. And it's hard to deal with the PPSHs. I mean, that is where they excel. However, I suppose with the map of Alsha, it's difficult because I don't really have much of a choice there as to whether I avoid the woods or... I don't know. It's a difficult one, really. It was a good match. I'm going to give that to Grim. That was good. Yeah, that was a good game there, Grim. I think your PPSHs are definitely too much for the infantry in the woods. I can't deal with that in the woods, though. That was a difficult one there. You say that, Grim, but I can't help but notice your T-34s didn't quite have the intended effect. It was all well and good throwing things out there, but I'd have taken them out, and you know that. I think the most dangerous thing, like, I don't care about the T-34s. The T-34s are inconsequential. I think the most dangerous thing was the PPSHs that you were using. Those are the things I couldn't deal with. Tanks, no issue. Like, I can deal with them, like, at some point in the future, but it was your infantry that was doing all the actual killing. Okay. Yeah, you can see here, like, this infantry squad here. I can't believe some of them were actually able to sneak up behind. It's like I had guys there, I'm like, what? How the hell have they not seen that? Yeah, but as you can see here, these guys, the PPSHs, they just do too much work in the woods there. Can't really handle that. Whereas, like, for example, you can see here the 40mm. It's only a 40mm gun, but these T-34s aren't issues. They're dangerous in packs, but the thing is when you use them in packs, I mean, look at that. Jagdpanzer taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's not the tank side of the problem, it's actually the Soviet infantry that are the ones that are difficult to deal with. At least what I've found. As you can see here, the Nimrods. But let's see here, yeah. PPSH, 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 Strelki. The Strelki aren't as bad. Yeah, those PPSHs are really difficult to deal with. I think had the map been more of an urban one, without the woods, I think I would have been able to take you... I think I probably would have been able to take that. I think with the PPSHs though in the woods, it's just too much. Would you like to have another game then, Commissar? I'll go ahead and, if you're up for it, get you on Discord. Oh, God, it is so warm though, I'm telling you. I'm not kidding, I am absolutely boiling here. My God. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had MG42s. My God, that'd be great. There we go. Let's go ahead and call Roach, yeah? Ah, boiling. How you doing there, Roachy?
Hey.
Is it warm there? Because it's seriously warm here.
It's 83 degrees in my room.
Feels like it.
Which is in your units. So 83F to C is 28.3 degrees.
Yeah, it's about 30 odd something here. Ridiculous. I've been doing TV2s in the future, actually. No, you are right there, Grim. I think the issue is it's like your PPSHs did destroy my reconnaissance squads that were the front lines. And that was a difficult one. But my God, I can't... Sometimes the infantry visibility is really strange. It's like I can get like stealth and good stealth, but it's like when you're able just to walk in front of a bunch of dudes, it's like, wait, what? They're not ghosts.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly what I said.
Strange, isn't it? It seems almost inconsistent at times.
Almost, yeah. And outside, apparently, I just checked out the weather. It is 33 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it's about the same here.
Yep.
See
with
the
humidity of 50%.
Yeah, Grim, the spam wasn't too bad. I think the difficulty was when I lost one of my fighters. Like, the yaks are pretty difficult to deal with. But I suppose this is it. It's, I don't know, I suppose it was bad micromanagement on my part. I blame being way too bloody warm. That's my excuse, I'm going to stick to it. There we go. So how you been doing there, Roach?
Hey, you know, been existing.
You've been doing nothing.
Yeah, recorded some ruled waves last night. So that's this week's videos done.
That's pretty awesome.
Thinking about, I watched Richard York's video about the Flames of War starter kit, and it makes me again want to buy it. 'Cause I've been eyeing it since the release, but I have a battalion box from Plastic Soldier Company of 15mm Russians. So that's about 300 Russians in a box with like a whole bunch of artillery and shit. But I haven't done anything with them.
See, that sounds rather incredible. See, I've been looking at the, like, you know, I sent you a link to the battle group rules. I was looking at those. Like, I don't know. It's like, I like the look of Flames of War, but I think I'd like something that's a little bit more, I don't know, slower pace, I suppose.
Here's what I was gonna say. Go ahead and take a look at the channel Little Wars TV and check out their rules reviews. And their because they do a game of the rules they review, and then the review themselves. And they've reviewed a couple of different rule sets that might interest you.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to take a look at those. But yeah, for you guys in the chat, definitely do check out Richard York's stuff. You know who he is. He's pretty awesome. Does a lot of gaming stuff. Yeah, he sent me a picture of that Hit the Beach box set on WhatsApp. Actually, it looks pretty beefy, doesn't it? It's a pretty good value.
Well, it's essentially it's just a reboxing of the 3rd edition starter set.
All right, that's pretty cool. See,
it's the exact same as the 3rd edition, except it has a new rulebook in it, which I mean is okay. I think it's a little cheaper.
Because, Hit the Beach one or the other one?
They Hit the Beach one. I think it's a little cheaper because because they went to plastic.
Oh yeah.
Anti-tank guns, which used to be metal, because Battlefront's been slowly transferring everything into plastic.
That's pretty cool.
A little while.
And it makes sense, doesn't it? It's just it's a lot cheaper, really.
Yeah. No, I think what am I trying to say? I think the company's doing really well, because it used to be like 60 US for a tank set, like a tank
All right,
box.
yeah.
But because of the switch over to plastic, they actually lowered the price to like 35 or
Yeah.
40.
That's pretty awesome.
So,
it makes sense though, doesn't it?
Of Flames of War, or not Flames of War. It's the opposite of GW.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I
Just
just
paying for the material and not like how good it is on the table.
yeah, I still can't understand that with like Games Workshop. It's just ridiculous.
So I see you decided to go for a map with far less forests.
There's still some forests. I can't be accused of cheating. No, those PPSHs, my god, they were difficult. Like, tanks I can deal with. Like, tanks you know where they are. They're not exactly gonna ambush you, really.
I suppose so.
No, speaking of bolt action grim, it's like I need to strip my Hungarians. It pains me. It pains me to do it, but I'm gonna do it at some point.
Yeah, I guess it must have just been a weird reaction with the primer over black, because I've never had trouble with the Battlefront like primers, because I did all my German armor in their Dunkelgelb color.
All right, okay.
And it turned out fine. So
I don't know. I don't know. I suppose it's hard to say sometimes. Maybe it might have been a bad batch or something like that. I mean, these things kind of happen, don't they? Or it might just be.
You gotta shake the hell out of it. You
Oh
make sure
yeah.
it's really shooken up. You gotta make sure the humidity's good. It's.
Now that's the hard one, isn't it? The humidity. I mean, this is it. Well, this is why you invested in an airbrush, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I'm thinking about picking up a really, really cheapo airbrush just to do priming.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
Because I kind of need to with I want to do some like armor. I got to do an armor set piece for my moderns, and it's and obviously there's no spray primer for that color, so it's.
Yeah, I could imagine it's one of these, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they do look fantastic.
The what?
I say they do look fantastic.
What, your...
No, your guys.
Oh. Oh, well, thank you.
Go on, don't be shy.
I spend a disproportionate amount of time on them.
I do it until my fingers bleed and then I carry on.
Keep a stiff upper lip.
How you doing there, Tobias? What's your question there, buddy? Okay. Hmm. Oh, let's see. With that HFM mod you posted, what you do with that there, Tobias, is you just add it into your actual mod folder, and then what you do is you select it, when you actually come up with the actual Victoria 2 launcher, you select the HFM and the HFM mini-mod, and you run them together. It's really fun though, really fun. Lots of new options in there. Just keeps the game exciting, really. I think sometimes it's hard to actually choose what you want to take and deploy in the first stage of the battle, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, in some ways. Other ways, not so much.
Oh, Roach the contrarian.
If I don't know what I'm saying, nobody else can either. Gotta write down. I forgot to send an email, and I've got to remind people. Okay. Well.
I'm almost done anyhow.
We'll see how this goes. Really, the most expensive part of the doing an airbrush
Is it the compressor? Yeah.
Because I mean, you can pick up an airbrush that's decent for like $80, like a fairly decent like Badger or Iowata.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of them actually. They seem to be around about that point there, which ain't bad. It ain't bad, but I suppose at the end of the day,
that's the thing. The cheaper ones are usually like they use a reverse suction.
Oh right, okay.
But we're working with lower PSI for modeling, so it doesn't flow as well. You want just a gravity fed one.
Oh right, okay.
So that's why they're more expensive. But the problem is that compressors are expensive. So like you could get like a cheapo like mini compressor from like a hardware store, but then you'll go deaf by the time you're done with it, because it'll build up pressure with the engine or with the compressor going and everything like that, and then you got the tank and it's got all that compressed air. But as soon as you start using it halfway through, it just kicks on and starts up again. If you've ever been in like a workshop or
yeah, I can imagine quite loud.
So the ones that are quiet are hobby ones, and those cost like $150, $200.
Yeah, I suppose it's one of these, isn't it? You've got to be ready for the investment, I suppose. I'm ready, by the way.
I'm thinking oh yeah, good too.
There we go. I always like to make sure.
Yeah. It's understandable.
Yeah, nah, I know what you're talking about, though. I suppose it's one of these things, isn't it? I reckon you'll probably get one in the future.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get one. I'm almost surely gonna get one, actually.
I suppose, as you say, isn't it? It's just you've got to find what works for you. Ah, those IL-2s. Oof. They are dangerous. Oh, damn. I think the Soviets definitely do have some tough aircraft, don't they?
Sometimes.
Oops. Just realised I signed another unit than I meant to.
So you did knock out one of my aircraft almost immediately.
See, that's it. They seem to be very good on the first run, but after that, they just seem to struggle, really. I think they're kind of fragile. I don't know. I'm not too... not too sold on them at the moment.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't have a choice. So they exist. I get a very limited amount of anti-aircraft and a very limited amount of aircraft, because that's what Papa Stalin did.
Papa Stalin. Yeah, you have exactly what you need, but just never when you need it. I'm liking those BA-10s, they're quite cool. Like the 45mm gun's not bad.
Yeah. It's not the worst thing ever. You know, like the Turin.
I tell you what, Return, though, my god, it might have a use one day, I'm just yet to find it.
Exactly.
No, I don't know. It's like with the Turans, it's like, yeah, they really kind of do suck.
Well, hello there, little Turin. Goodbye, little Turin.
Oh, that's just pure cruelty there.
Justice. That's what it is. Pure justice.
I don't know, these Turans, they're not much more than an armoured car, are they, really?
Nope. That's why the Hungarians could afford them.
They do have a pretty decent fire rate, though, so I can't knock that. It's just the only thing they do have.
Well, hello there, little Turin. Goodbye, little Turin. You got beat by an M3 Lee. I just want to point that out.
To be fair, that M3 Lee is still better than the Turin.
Yep. It's built like a broken brick shithouse.
So after spending some more time, Ben, with Steel Division 2, Ben, what do you think, Ben? Your thoughts changed in any way?
I think the game needs to emphasize the fact that air is almost required for the Soviets. There is no way to win this without effective use of straight air, and not just like you can't use anti-aircraft with the Soviets.
Yeah, it's really lacking.
The Axis you can, because they have good anti-aircraft guns, but you cannot use Soviet anti-aircraft guns as a one-size-fit-all deterrent. Like it needs to be specifically like air to beat them.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Hello, Turin. We're trading bounces.
Oh god, you know it's...
Ran back. You know it's bad when you're running away from an M3 Lee. I just want to point that out. Is that a Lloyd I just saw?
Jesus. Those LA-5Ns are pretty dangerous, aren't they?
It's not even a fighter variant. That's a ground attack variant. Oh, and you're just gonna run immediately? Like a coward?
It's all about the turn-in fight, isn't it, really? It's like, if you're not in the right position, you're going to get your arse handed to you. I don't know, the Turin's pretty... I don't know. It's decent enough. It's 30 points, though. I can't complain about it too much.
You know, except when you should.
Which is all the time. Stop bullying me. Oh dear.
No. Oh, we're in the B phase. I completely forgot.
I know, it doesn't really give you much of a cue, does it? Like, sometimes I'll forget as well. You're like, oh, alright, okay.
Yeah, thank you, game, for giving me that heads up.
Yeah, for giving me that really important piece of information, that would have been handy.
Yeah.
Oh, Grim. Grim, Grim, Grim. You got your ass handed to you the first time. Stop trying to make yourself look too good there.
Yep, PPS squads in the forest. Worked out fine.
Jesus Christ, yeah, they do. Alright, if you say so. I think Grim's getting a bit salty at the moment. I like the lead that's just parked in the centre there. Move these units up here. There we go. Go, Turan, do what you can do. Yeah, sure, you can go and do that diligent, don't worry. So you got on tomorrow, Ben? Doing much?
What was that?
You doing much tomorrow?
Not really.
Tending to the grave of the fireflies?
It's kind of, I don't know. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's
Sunday?
Tomorrow's Sunday. Yeah, probably D&D prep.
Oh, right, yeah.
Normally do on Sundays.
So go on then, what's the craziest thing that's happened in your world then so far?
I mean, you know, D&D. I don't know. It's very hard to equate and to describe.
Truly the artisan of words.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to then this year in terms of game releases? Anything?
I mean, there's a couple of things. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're what's going on with what's the word with Ultimate Admiral.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
the
gonna be
Ultimate
rather
General
intriguing actually.
guys I think they're actually giving out codes for Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail right
Oh,
now.
are they? I didn't know about that actually. That's pretty cool.
And one of my other YouTuber friends just got it, so I might go ahead and
Yeah, so it's worth it.
give it a look.
No, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. It'd be quite interesting actually. It's not that many naval games really, is there? As such.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I'm going to be for this year, because I've got a whole bunch of things I've been doing, you know, Rule the Waves,
Hmm.
hoping to finish that series off.
I tell you, PPSHs are so scary.
Yeah, they're pretty scary. I mean, you know, when you're the one getting shot at by them, I guess.
Oh, is that an ISU 122? Man, that thing's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I tell you, I do like the Warlord model that they do with it.
The one, I'm sorry?
The Warlord model, you know, the 28mm ISU 152s that they do as well.
Oh, no, I actually didn't.
They do a nice one. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
I tell you what, though, Zora, I've not actually seen Distant Guns. What's Distant Guns? Ah, damn. Yeah, see, Jesus, it's really hard to deal with the Soviets PPSHs because it's like your squad morale just like, boom, gone. And this is where leaders are really important for the Hungarians, I reckon.
I suppose so. Suppose they could.
I'll have to take a look at that. I've seen the Jutland game, but it's, I don't know, isn't it like behind some sort of really strange, I don't know, I can't, what would you describe it, online store, something of that nature?
What was?
I'm just answering a question in chat.
Ah. Just ignoring me, I get it.
You're my side hoe. See, I really wish that the Hungarians got some SMGs. I'm really feeling the lack of that.
Can't afford it.
Yeah.
Too expensive.
Terrible state of the economy lately.
Yep.
I love these two on strike trying to take on an ISU 122. It's like, it's not gonna happen. I think you're actually using MG there. I've tried the Ironclad games actually. They're not too bad.
The Ironclad games?
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called now. Can't believe I remember what they're named now. Really typical, isn't it?
Yeah, never heard of them, so
I think it's Ironclad Age of Sail or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. Probably not Age of Sail. Yeah, I'll definitely look into John Lennon Distant Guns actually, see how that looks.
I can definitely tell I screwed up with the deck because I did not notice one one unit's stats.
All right, what's
So
that?
instead of them being artillery observers where they called in artillery, they were just observers. So they increased the accuracy of artillery,
Yeah.
which is a problem since I don't have any artillery in the list
Ah.
specifically. So
Yeah, okay. That's kind of a shame.
so that was a unit that is essentially useless.
Yeah, I get what you mean. That's a shame.
Yep.
Oof, God, that hurt. Ooh, dear. Yeah, definitely multiplied trucks would be nice. Poor Doran trying to take it at SU-122, sorry, ISU. It's like the little tank that could.
Or, well, in this case, the little tank that couldn't.
I just love seeing the Stukas dive, to be honest. That looks really cool. Yeah, I like when they sing the Katusha as well. That's pretty cool.
It's a very good beat.
I mean, that sort of stuff is really nice. It adds like little details.
It's a song you could conquer the Third Reich with.
Pretty much. So what's the big project at the moment then? So you're looking to have your modern fighters finished, aren't you? When did you say you need them done for?
Well, originally I needed them done by the midpoint of this month, but that's been pushed back quite a bit. So I'm taking a step back. Well, I'm taking a bit more time with them. I want to make it a bit more.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
So instead of doing 9 a week, I'm going to be doing a bit less. I'm hoping as well to go ahead and like. I'm hoping to go ahead and try and. I'm just trying to hope and get these, get the majority of them done.
Yeah.
By maybe 2 months from now. That's what I'm hoping.
I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, at least you don't have to rush them now. You know, I suppose this is the thing, isn't it? Like, sometimes it's nice to have a bit of pressure as it keeps you focused, but then, yeah, you don't want to rush either, do you?
Yep. So, got that. Been thinking about doing a series with hobby stuff, and specifically I want to do like if you're trying to get into a hobby, what that hobby, like what that entails in terms of like what you need to pick up, what you don't need to pick up, what's available, what's not available. So like I'm thinking maybe pick up the starter set for a game and take from the beginning.
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually.
Like go from that. So maybe pick up like Flames of War starter set, or maybe pick up a starter set for like Age of Sigmar or something like that, and just like detail what it's like. You know, this is what you get in the box.
No, that's really awesome actually.
Utilize those objects to make a game. You know, just stuff like that.
No, I think that's a really awesome idea.
Try and take people through it, because that's important.
That sounds like a really fantastic idea.
Yeah. I think it'll work out well.
You can but hope.
Yeah.
So you guys don't know the Chadman. I think it's one of these things, isn't it? When it gets that sort of like later time at night, you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to concentrate. I'm just going to enjoy this.
Yeah. Close, eh?
I think it's a closer one. I think the Nimrods, I've been able to bring the Nimrods in great numbers, and I think that makes a difference. But then I've been able to bring like the dual purpose guns, which it's just that punch, like the Russian planes, like oof, God, they are tough. I think the divisions are quite quite well matched in the A phase though.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
But no, I mean that's harsh, isn't it? About the artillery though.
Yeah, that probably would have been pretty well if I had actual artillery.
Hmm.
Right now, I do not, so you have complete dominance in that area, which is hurting me in a lot of ways.
tell you what, I haven't seen a King Tiger yet. I don't know if it's like a particular deck that you have to have, but I've not seen one.
I mean, you're the guys that would have it, so... I mean, not
Oh,
you
I know I
specifically,
don't have
but
it.
your faction would. Don't think I'd have a captured King Tiger anywhere lying around.
But no, I just mean like in general, I don't think I've seen anybody use one yet.
Probably expensive.
More than likely. 21st Panzer's the only one that has them. Ah, right, that might be why then. I'm thinking I've not seen any.
Aren't the 21 or the 21st Panzer's the one of those DLC units?
Possibly so, actually.
Which I think is kind of shitty.
Yeah, well, suppose they'll try and make some money somehow. What's up there, Ragnar? How you doing there, my friend? It won't be till we see 16th Panzer that we see more King Tigers. Okay, that's cool. I know what you mean there, Raphael, but it's definitely, I think it's a nice game to chill out with. It is enjoyable. Oops, got too many of those. Oop. Yeah, stealth really makes a big difference as well, actually, doesn't it?
What does?
Stealth, like I've noticed that these 40mm AT guns are really good just because it's like so hard to actually see them, really.
Yeah, they're pretty difficult.
What did you say that channel was called again? The one with all the rules and game sets.
Little Wars TV.
Just gonna go ahead and make a note of that, actually.
It's a really good channel. It's
Yeah.
really good. They've done reviews of Bolt, or they've done reviews of Black Powder, Fistful of Toes, Disposable Heroes 2, Chain of Command.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
A whole bunch of different games.
Yeah, I remember seeing the pictures that you showed me of black powder. That looks pretty cool. What was it that actually got you into that sort of game, then?
That wasn't black powder. The pictures I sent you. That was Fire and Fury Napoleonic.
Oh right, okay. Didn't you show
no,
me?
there's just there's a local group that that gets together once a month.
Oh right, okay.
And we just kind of you know, play a game. It's a different game every month essentially.
That's pretty cool.
We did Fire and Fury Napoleonic. We've done Bolt Action, but we did a Bolt Action, or not Bolt, but we've done Bolt Action, but we've also done Black Powder, and the Black Powder game we did was for the Sudan.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
We did the Sudan one. Was interesting.
I can imagine. Completely different sort of theatre, isn't it, to what you'd usually imagine?
Yeah, to an extent.
How you doing there, Richard? Good to have you as always. No, Richard and I were just talking about your unboxing video earlier on.
Oh, Richard's in the chat?
Yeah. The one and only.
Yeah, it's making me want to pick it up, but I can't. I've got so many Russians sitting in a box. I need to get the... I don't even have them off the sprue. That's the thing.
Oof.
The whole box is still on the sprue.
Oh.
So there were 400-ish Russians, or however many are in that box, just sitting there with nothing done to them. And it... Not only that, I have a whole SS Panzer Grenadier company.
That's pretty cool.
Sitting in the box.
So where did you actually pick them up from, actually?
Those are well, the Plastic Soldier company I picked up from just like a local like stockist, like online. And then same thing for the SS Panzer Grenadier, but that's Battlefront made that, but they stopped making that one a while ago. I have a lot of discontinued stuff from them because I just picked it up before it went out. Like they did a whole Battle of Berlin.
That's pretty awesome.
Like line, and so I have 2 platoons of Volkssturm infantry plus a platoon of Volkssturm infantry guns.
No, that'd be pretty cool, actually. Did you have it in pictures?
I haven't done anything with them. They're just still in the box.
Oh, right, okay.
All the stuff I just mentioned, all still in a box. Hasn't been touched.
Have you ever heard of that song, Living in the Box?
No. Can't say I have.
That's pretty good.
I would describe my models quite well. Still got that. I got 2 starter sets for Drop Fleet Commander sitting on a shelf.
You see, I saw that one. I don't know. It looks good. Like I like the actual look of the models.
The rules are nice. The rules
are
nice. Like
that's pretty cool.
Drop Fleet and Drop Zone Commander have got really nice rules.
So, is it like what kind of game is it? Is it a game that takes place in space? Is it a game that takes place on a planet?
Drop Fleet Commander is orbital.
Oh, right, okay.
The map you're playing over is a map of like an orbital scale planet, like above, like far above, and it's part of. There's combat between ships, but there's also you're sending down invasion forces to take ground.
Oh no, that's pretty cool.
So it's got that. So actually, you were basically almost every game requires you to have some drop ships that actually go down to the ground, because you're gonna be taking ground. That's the point.
That does sound really cool, actually.
Yeah. It's nice. I like it.
Well, no better recommendation than that, really. God damn, that town there on what would be your left-hand flank is it's just deadly, isn't it? Anybody who walks in there is just dead.
Yep. I really miss. I'm really pissed about the artillery thing.
Yeah, no.
If I had the artillery, I would have been pushing up on my right already. But I can't. There's no possible way of getting those guns off those hills without artillery.
Nah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, the thing that's keeping my deck going is the fact that I've been able to put supply in it. Like beforehand, like I just didn't have supply, So it's like it got to the point where you were just able to just push me over just because I had nothing left to give.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the days. I still got ungodly amounts of infantry.
Yeah.
If I wanted to throw it at you, I could.
No, I'll have to look at that drop fleet command event. I can remember seeing that when it originally came out. It did look really interesting. See, I really wish
yeah,
I...
you'll probably have a good. You'll probably have a better chance of it because I have to deal with the fact that there's almost no like stockists in the United States. So I picked it up and it's basically dead here because nobody has it. So I can't get any extra models of it.
Wow.
Just got my 2 starter fleets and that's it.
That's funny, God. Sometimes I end up selecting the wrong unit and telling the wrong unit to move. I just noticed that just at the right moment there, otherwise that could have been rather embarrassing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want you to be alarmed, but I'm going to bring in my armoured cars. I know those are the things you feared the most.
I mean, yeah. They're scary.
For trucks, they're scary. Yeah, that's probably right there, Visibord. I like that name though, Visibord, that's pretty cool. See, I really do fancy going back and trying war game Red Dragon out again. I reckon I'd probably enjoy that.
It could be interesting.
See, I think this battle's played out really differently. It's just the fact that, I don't know, like, what deck is it that you're using? Is it the armoured one, or...?
Infantry.
Oh, it's infantry, wow, okay. Just with the actual ISUs, I thought it was like an armoured one.
Nope, just infantry. That's all it is. Other problem is lack of good air. because almost none of the Soviet decks actually get a decent fighter.
I mean, that LA5N was wasn't bad actually.
That was an attack, and I only get 2.
Hmm. I'm gonna see a nasty tank there. Those Stuarts ain't bad. To be honest, I think those Stuarts are probably better than the Turons.
No, they're not.
Oh my god, there's something worse than a Turon? Is that possible?
I'm fairly certain they're worse than a Turin, because every time they go up against a Turin, they just blow up. There's no armor on them.
That's incredible.
At this point, it's more just how long it takes you to wear me down.
God damn, those infantry, Jesus. I swear to God, it's like as soon as I actually move into the woods to find your infantry, it's like they just get obliterated. I don't know really what I can do against that sort of like infantry power. Difficult one though. I see you later, Visible. Have a good one, my friend. Oh, do make sure to stop by Commissar Roach's channel as well.
Oh yes, please. Give me views. I need them.
I do like those Strelka DEPs, they're really cool. Isn't there... Is it the Strelky that get, like, the anti-tank rifle in the squad itself?
Yes, some of them.
That's really cool.
Like I said, it's mostly just, at this point, about your air power and your artillery.
Yeah. See, the issue is, it's like I will run out of artillery at some point.
Yeah, but you won't run out of air power. Air power is unlimited.
Yeah,
That's the thing about the game. If you maintain air superiority,
it is
or
quite
if you
strong,
can,
really, isn't it?
you cannot get rid of it. There's no way to get rid of it.
Like, they have toned down the amount of time that a aircraft can remain on station, but it's still, yeah. Like, air power really is make and break.
It is kind of ridiculous how much you get out of a single unit of
Mm.
air. Like, there should be like an X amount of sorties
Mm.
to, like, I don't know, represent how long, like, they can stay on station.
See, I think something that they might want to consider around in the future is maybe like different weather conditions. That could be interesting. You know, as it changes around the battle,
Possibly.
perhaps. So it's like you could have potentially like low cloud or something like that, where air cover isn't able to come in. I don't know. I like the game. To be honest, I think for me, I like the game just because it's like probably just a chill out thing. I don't have to like put much into it.
Yeah, but I mean, we could like getting it to the point where like air could be surmounted from the ground in some way after a while. Like if it okay, it's been an hour and 2 minutes. At this point, I don't think you could feasibly take ground from me without the air.
Oh no, I mean this division's really geared towards the defense anyhow.
Yeah.
It's one of these.
Without the air, you are at this point. Without the air, you would essentially be. It would just be a grind through the infantry,
Oh, hell yeah.
and I would win.
Yeah, you have those PPSHs.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more tiles of infantry, and that's 9, 12, 13, 14, 21 squads of infantry still left to use. That's not even counting the 4 tiles of scouts I have, which include armored cars, tanks, recon squads, and vehicles. Support, I've got a whole bunch of Maxims, a whole bunch of ammo trucks, flamethrower-equipped infantry, got a whole bunch of anti-tank rifles. Now, I have artillery, but the thing is I thought they were call-in artillery units. I didn't think they were just, like, to spot already on map artillery. So, like, I could have 2 other cards of artillery, but those are kind of gone. So yeah, if I wasn't dealing with the air, or yeah, if we weren't dealing with the air, I think I'd win.
You get some good units, like the ISUs are really strong.
Yeah, see, it's just the air. It's just the air.
I don't know, it'd be interesting really. I mean, like, I think the weather system could be a good thing. But it is, yeah, it's like as you say, like maybe some way to limit the amount of sorties, or maybe even like pilots in endurance, you know, like
Or
fatigue.
maybe tied to the map. You can only have 2 aircraft on the map at a time. Because that's what the air base nearby can support.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. See, the Germans got a really good headset. Like, the German headset, I think, gains, like, APCR, which is quite nice, actually.
Well, you win. There's no way for me to win now.
Oh, thank you very much, Zora, for following. Really appreciate it. Do go ahead and check out Commissar Roach's channel as well. Just gonna quickly get a link there to your channel there, Roach.
Did you just say Roach channel? Was that what you just said?
Your channel there, Roach.
Okay. Just like, this is gonna get a link to your Roach channel there, Roach.
So, what made you choose the name Commissar Roach?
I think I've got over it before. I was big into Warhammer 40k for a while.
I mean, that explains the Commissar part, but what about Roach?
It's my last name.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Ah. See, I've got all I need now to clone you.
No, not really.
Yeah, I think commanders and leaders are just so very important for, like, the Hungarians. Otherwise, they just melt in the face of, like, PPSH.
Yes. The only thing that saved me on my left here, and that's what I'm focusing on now, because I've lost the center. I can't. With all that air in there, I can't get anything up the road.
Hmm.
But one thing saved me on the left here was the fact that the anti-tank troops come with smoke grenade.
Yeah, they're really good.
But I am surrendering because it's just going to be another hour of you grinding through, or another half hour.
No, I mean the sea decks aren't. I mean they're not made for the quick decisive battle. No, I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to try like a team match. I think that'd be really cool.
A what?
A team match.
Oh, a team match.
Uh-huh.
Nah, I think they need to rebalance the air in this game quite a bit.
Oh, it is very strong.
It does feel like if you go heavy on the air, you essentially can't be beat.
You nearly had me at the start, though. I mean, that was pretty winning. Like, you shot down one of my fuck wolves and thinking, oh god. I think because I put more, like, Nimrods in, that definitely helped out this time around.
Yeah, maybe a bit. And that's the other thing, is the Soviets don't have any good anti-air.
No.
Basically, everything you were dealing with there was everything was on effective shot only.
Oh, right,
Everything was
okay.
on effective shot, and that's all I could get. Like I had literally one of every single air unit you could get. So I had hold on, if I go back. Let's see here. If I go back to my deck here. That was my infantry one. And by the way, that was a C deck as well.
Was it?
Yeah. It was the 184.
See, I'm gonna have to make a German deck just to see how they go. So it's like
yeah,
I'd love to see what they get.
Yeah, I had 7 of the ZIS 5Vs. I had 6 Gaz AAAs, and I had 4 Zen 37 mil.
I think you just got to mass them, really, haven't you? It's not much else you can really do.
I tried. Well, that's the problem. I could mass them, but they're not going to kill anything, and that just means that because you did it every time, is you just come in with like a saturation bomb and you just kill them all. there's no way to use Soviet anti-air very well, and there's only those 3 units. I have yet to find a Soviet unit that has anything else. Like
Yeah.
If I look, so like, because I've got that. Let's see here. I've got the 29th, the 3rd, and the 184. So if I look at this, so let's go to the 3rd. What does its anti-air look like? Oh, it actually has an 85 millimeter.
All right.
So
Okay.
it's essentially just a captured 88. Looks like. I mean, it's 85, but it looks very much like an 88. So I mean, that exists for them for this 3rd guard tank.
See, there are like heavy fires, but it's one of those of like how, I don't know. It's like the division that I played against you the other night. Like that one was just so tough in the air. Like having those Aerocobras, those were fantastic.
No, the Aerocobras didn't pull at everything. It was those A20s.
Oh yeah, the A20 is obviously for the ground attack, but I mean like.
They were the ones that got the most air kills.
Oh, of course, over the course of the game. I just mean at the start.
Yeah, I guess. And that's the thing is that okay, so that group, the best fighters it can get are the LA5 FNs, and it can get 2 units of those, and it only gets 1 per card at level 1 veterancy.
All right, okay.
I could get 4 if I went ahead and did no veterancy, and I'd have 4 of those fighters out there. But then I'd love to know, like, I would have a comparison view, like what would win between a level, because all your stuff's at like max veterancy, right?
Veteran for the most part. Some things are at regular.
Yeah. So I could get. Yeah, and the other thing is that I can't. If I wanted a lot of aircraft, I couldn't go heavy in the first stage. I'd have to go heavy in the second stage.
Hmm.
But that creates a problem is the fact that if you go heavy on the first stage with air, I'm dead. I don't get the ground, which means I can't take the ground, and then it's over.
Yeah, see, it'd be interesting when we do play like larger games, you know, like team games, just to see how it fares in like these larger ones.
Maybe.
That'd be interesting.
And yeah, on that deck I had 2 of those fighter LAFs, and then I had 2 ground attack LAFs, an IL-2M and an IL-4, and that's all I was able to bring.
And the IL-2s are pretty good. They're fairly strong.
But they can't do anything. They're not A20s. I can't knock things out of the air with them.
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter.
Those A20s are ridiculous.
I might get 1 pass with the IL-2, which is what I got. I got 1 or 2 passes with the IL-2, and then he just shot it out of the sky.
You destroyed my Turan, but that hurt. I can't decide if I really even. I don't know. I think the Turans, it's like they have a good rate of fire, but it's just.
I mean, the only thing that saved your turns, and that was the fact that they were supported by like 3 anti-tank guns on my left. No, right. On my right is in those cliffs, and I had no artillery.
Yeah. I mean, they were there just to support like against infantry. It's like they only have like 65 millimeters of penetration. It's just they don't have much. I don't know. They just seem like just purely infantry support, really.
So if I go ahead and I put these artillery pieces in here.
But it is getting pretty late here, so I'm going to say goodnight there, Roach. Really appreciate the game. It's good to have you back as always.
It's no problem.
So, of course, for those of you in chat who do not know of Commissar Roach, please do go ahead and check out his channel. I've listed that in the actual chat there. Pretty good dude. Pretty good dude. Oh my god. So this is what happens when I get tired. I get tongue-tied. So when you could be doing your next D&D, did you say, then?
It happens every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. So do you live stream those?
I don't live stream them, but 2 of my players do.
Ah, that's great. Do you want to send me a quick link over? Yeah? Can you put that in the chat?
Yeah, let me find this. Well, I mean, there's no link right now because they're not live streaming, but I can link you to the individual that live streams and
that'd be great.
Podcast. It's also available on Podbean, Spotify, and iTunes under the name Sleeping Giants Reborn. So, like, I'll just link the last that we did.
That'd be awesome. As Zero says, lots of things change in larger games. Some players consider 1v1s like a hard mode for those confident in the divisions. I think this is it. It's like with 1v1s, it's like any... I suppose any vulnerability, it's just completely taken advantage of, because it's one of those things, if you can't answer it, like as you said there, Roach, it's just... what can you do? You can't really, can you? I suppose in the larger games...
Especially, you could. Like, it's the thing. If I knock all of your aircraft out of the sky... and you were fighting with that division that you had, you would have still been able to put up an effective resistance because you actually have anti-aircraft.
Yeah, that's true. Like the Nimrods are just...
I had nothing that I could answer with. The best I could come up with was a 37mm regular, like it was just a 37mm gun platform. And I got 4 of them, and if I massed them all together, they die in one hit. And if I spread them out, they don't do enough damage. So it's quite literally. And because, like, yeah, I might be able, if I mass them, I might be able to shoot down 1, maybe 2 aircraft. But you had like 4 or 5 at the end that were just in rotation of sorties, right?
No, you're correct there. No, yeah, we'll have to try out a larger game and see how that turns out. It'd be interesting just to see, like, I don't know, I mean, is it better to play, I don't know, like, say for example, would it be better for us to play, like, 2A decks, or do we play a mix? But I suppose then it's like, I suppose if you're going to offensive, if you're going to push, I suppose it's better to do it in force, really, isn't it? Otherwise, if you're one division going up against potentially 2 divisions on the defense, you're just going to get worn down, I suppose. I've seen people do very well with the Tigers, though. Like, if they're positioned correctly, they do fantastic work.
I don't know. I think it operate a lot like the war games. You know, you just have complementary decks, and if you're good with that, then you're probably gonna.
Alright, man. I'm gonna say goodnight there, Roach. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No problem.
Thank you and goodbye. See you later, those of you in chat. Goodbye for now.